The look away to Livingston. Jordan. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan. That's 13 consecutive field goals.
Michael Jordan, before he got Scottie Pippen, never won a playoff series. Got swept by the Big Three in Boston. You keep talking about how great he was, but how great was he without Scottie Pippen? Just a guy that put up a lot of stats. Got swept by the Big Three in Boston. Just a guy that put up a lot of stats.
I was looking for early, Dick, is the tempo of the game by the Bulls. Try and get some fast break opportunity.
Jordan found up the lane, it looks like. What should Jordan do in that case?
Look, either put it off the glass and hope that one of the...
Half of the game against the Celtics Thursday. Jordan trying to fake Bird, can't do it. Hits the jumper, but Bird plays.
Dennis Johnson saying you can have the baseline now, hoping that Parrish will be able to get in there and at least intimidate, trying to Michael Jordan right now.
10 points in this period for Ainge. What a great shot, and a basket and a foul.
Right now.
Isolation, they double team now. Walton has come out to meet Jordan. Jordan trying to use his quickness, and it works. Michael Jordan now with their victory over Washington. Michael Jordan has been a sensational show again. 52. Michael Jordan working against Dennis Johnson. Clock running down, 3 seconds, three-point shot, no good. And a foul, late swing. A foul against Kevin McHale has been called by Middleton.
Players do fake the foul.
He can... Overtime in Game 2 of our best-of-5 first-round NBA playoff. Our Miller Lite most valuable player of the game is Michael Jordan with an all-time record 63 points in a single playoff game.
We have been fooled into believing that if you just score the most, that's the most important thing, hands down. Well, it depends on what your field goal percentage is. It depends on, do you do anything else? And I was thinking about this morning, that LeBron James is easily the most valuable player in the league, and he's also the most complete basketball player the planet's ever had. Most of you will not consider him the best player, but he is easily the most complete. Michael Jordan. Michael doesn't handle the ball like LeBron. Michael doesn't rebound like LeBron. Michael Jordan is not the teammate and get others involved like LeBron. When Michael Jordan left Chicago, 57 wins to 55. Even when he left the Wizards, 35 wins, he left. 2 years later, they were a playoff team without him. Michael Jordan is not the teammate and get others involved like LeBron. When Michael Jordan left Chicago, 57 wins to 55. Michael doesn't handle the ball like LeBron. Michael doesn't rebound like LeBron. Michael Jordan is not the teammate and get others involved like LeBron. When Michael Jordan left Chicago, 57 wins to 55.
see this and they're gonna say, well, he wasn't really a nice guy. He may have been a tyrant. Oh, well, that's you, because you never won anything. I wanted to win, but I wanted them to win and be a part of that as well. Look, I don't have to do this. I'm only doing it because it is who I am. That's how I played the game. That was my mentality. If you don't want to play that way, don't play that way.
Wanted a timeout, but too late to get it. And 5 minutes go up on the clock. Overtime here in game one.
Timeout. Chalmers and James still talking about it. And James gets very upset with Chalmers right here and gets in his face. These two have had that kind of relationship.
Yes.
Chalmers has always been kind of the little brother that they yell at. But you can see the frustration, and Doug is...
Payne, you got to help. I understand one of the greatest players, if not the greatest player, especially of this generation. But defensively, you guys got to be locked and tied in together.
Do you believe MJ when he says it's hard for him to consider himself the greatest of all time? Is that the MJ you know?
Oh, yeah, because Michael is not going to talk about himself. He's not going to say, hey, I'm the greatest player that's ever lived. That's not who he is. He's never been like that.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time. That's
so
what I
many
felt.
reasons.
And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time. You did something special. That's probably one of the only times in my career I felt like, oh shit, like you did something special. I haven't really had time to really like sit back and think, but that was a moment.
Crazy. But when you want to say who's the greatest ever, it's still Michael Jordan.
Who would you say your top five is? Mike. And if you can put them in the order. Mike, obviously. Kobe, 2. Shaq, 3. Hakeem. I would say Hakeem, 4. And Magic. Ooh.
Of failure, according to most people, including the Miami Heat players. And now it's going to be a long, painful summer before they get a chance to respond. As we said, they came together here in the Eastern Conference playoffs, but it all came apart after taking a 2-1 lead.
Miami is going to close it out. Ray Allen for 3. It's over. The Spurs will not foul. Final seconds. What a finish. It's back-to-back titles for the Heat. The 2013 NBA championship resides once again in Miami.
People always debated, who's the greatest player of all time? It should be, who's the greatest team of all time? You know, there are so many teams to choose from. The 91 Chicago Bulls, sorry Showtime. The 92 Bulls, back-to-back. 93 Bulls, first three-peat. 97 Bulls, even with the flu. 98 Bulls, no push-off. And my favorite, the 96 Chicago Bulls. 72 wins. Tough to beat that. What? You think there's someone else? Prove it.
Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner. That my game was built on flash and not fire. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for every single day of my life. Maybe I destroyed the game. Or maybe you're just making excuses.